Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all present. Respected Rajni ma'am, Registrar PIT, Professor Dr. Muhammad Wasibullah, Sir Principal PIT, distinguished guest, respected faculties of PIT Department of Pharmacy, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and dear students. It give me immense pleasure in welcoming all of you to the national webinar on the present scenario on drug design and development. Dear all, I would like to share also that our institute PIT Jaunpur was established with a vision to serve the society with implementations of quality education in pharmacy in East region of UP state. Against this backdrop, we have assembled here to know more about the topic with eminent speaker, respected Professor Dr. Sinigda, Professor, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Sikha O Anusandhan, deemed to be University Bhubaneswar, Odisha, is lined up for today's webinar. With brief background, our respected speaker, Madam, did M.Pharm from Utkal University and PhD from MS University of Baroda, Gujarat. Our esteemed speaker has 17 years of teaching and research experience in field of novel drug delivery system in academia along with 1 year's industrial experience. Her research area of experience is particulate and vascular system of drug delivery. Our respected speakers has received many awards such as Best Teachers Award from Institute of Scholars 2020, University Topper in M.Pharm Pharmaceutics from Utkal University BBSR Odisha, receive research fellowship under the National Doctoral Fellowship of AICTE, receive University Research Fellowship of MS University of Baroda, receive felicitation as Vice President of APTI Odisha chapters. Madam published 46 publications in international journals, 10 publications in national journals, along with conference proceeding and presentations approx. Madam has other publication like published a book on oral and mucosal drug delivery nation fresh 800 West EI Camneo Real 180 California USA, published a book on floating drug delivery system, a treatise with LAP Lambert Academic Publishing House, Germany. Next, she has guidance to PhD student. She has also guidance 40 PG and 62 UG student. Madam has also some scholarly achievement as sitting vice president APTI Odisha chapters, fellow of India Chemical Society FICS from 2016, Fellowship of Institution of Chemists FIC from Feb 2015, editor, reviewer, editor, editorials boards, members of various national international journals, act as a reviewer in APPS Pharma Science Tech since 2004. I would welcome our esteemed speaker, Professor Dr. Sinigda Man, for sharing her view on this pertinent subject. I want also welcome our participants who have come up there and for different pharmacy colleges all across the country. I would, on behalf of our college, again thank you to our esteemed speakers, sir, for accepting our invitation. Also would like to extend my gratitude toward our principal, sir, Dr. Muhammad Wasibullah, for encouraging us to conduct a seminar like this today. I am again thankful to you, sir and ma'am, and management of PIT Jaunpur for kind support, suggestion, and guidance given to us and as when required. I again feel honored to welcome our participant and my fellow colleagues for taking a keen part in this important program. I am sure that you all feel and treat knowledge after completions of his event. I welcome you all once again to seminar and hope that you all will have a great time. I hope you all find this webinar highly engaging, fruitful, and beneficial for your future venture. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam. Please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
A very good afternoon, sir. And a hearty felicitation to one and all the whoever is present here. Honorable Principal, sir, Professor Mohammed Wasiullah, and the other esteemed delegates. At the outset, I would also like to thank all the management staffs, all the organizer of the LOC for conducting such a beautiful event in the difficult situation of COVID-19, sir. In this pandemic, from which all of us suffered a lot, and yes, all of us have also learned a very much of thing that in this world the essentiality of the medicine is a must for the human being. This pandemic situation, sir, has taught us the importance of human health, the necessity of new drug research in our lives, because there is always a saying, which is a very common saying, that is health is wealth. And now everybody on this earth is feeling the same thing individually. I understand that a lot of strain has been needed, and it is also undertaken to organize such an event in this type of situation, in this type of condition, in this time of COVID-19. And I really appreciate the efforts taken by the institute, the management, the authorities, especially Principal Sir, Professor Mohammed Wasiullah Sir, for organizing the seminar. This type of events usually keep us holding our hands together for upliftment of the education and the research as well, needed for the students, researchers from various panorama of our own profession. Coming to the present theme, that is the theme of this seminar is the present scenario of drug design and development. About this theme, I would like to say that the topic is also very correctly chosen, keeping an eye to the present scenario to discuss and share our ideas amongst ourselves and also among each other, which will be beneficial, which may be beneficial rather, for each one of us in the process of designing of a drug, its discovery, and the development as well. In my current presentation, I'm not going to share anything about the empirical research, because empirical research, if we'll emphasize on the empirical research, then it will take a very long time to start the basic idea of drug designing till the finishing point of the drug development. That is why I thought that keeping an eye to the participants, I thought that I should not go very deep into the empirical part. Rather, I would like to speak about the basis or the fundamentals of drug design and the drug discovery process, which will ultimately lead to the development of the dosage form, which in my opinion should not be forgotten by any researcher, because at this situation where all are running behind research, publication, project, big things, no, mostly many of the persons, many of the researchers, they usually forget that even if he is a BPharm student, even if he is a MPharm or PhD student or a PhD research scholar or any higher level of researchers, they should not forget that while designing the research protocol is the most important thing for development of a new drug, or designing a drug, and also development of a new dosage form. So rather than going to the deepest part, going to the empirical part, I will be giving the overall idea, the basis of the fundamentals, whichever are included under the aim of designing a particular drug. Personally, to be very honest, we do research on various levels, starting from the basic research to its mechanistic study to the higher level of ultra modern research. That is what we call as both hard work and the smart work. It includes both the things, because some people believe on smart thing, but and the rest of the people will be believing on the hard thing. If both of them will be combining, then nothing will be the result. So what we usually do, some of the researchers, they start from the basic research part and go up to the level of the mechanistic study to the higher level of modern research, or this modern era time research. But at times we also forget the common fundamental of drug discovery, that what is drug, why we are going to develop a dosage form, how we can develop a dosage form, how you can design a drug. All these things usually we forget. So in my presentation, I'm usually whatever presentation I have prepared it keeping an eye that the most of the participants are UG students, as discussed by Professor Vasiullah sir. As the most of the participants are UG, means our undergraduate students, I have prepared my presentation which will focus on the basic practice of drug development process, and I hope it will be definitely useful for all of us. Okay, so starting with my presentation, uh, or before going into the presentation, I would like to share that what is drug? Our world of pharmacy revolves around a single specific yet the most important term, that is drug. Is not it? Because while taking admission in the pharmacy, starting from the undergraduate BPharm first semester, we are studying from the drug till we are passing out. At our seventh semester, eighth semester also, we are uh, studying about drug. And if we will again go to actually define the term drug, then it will take around 3 to 4 hours. So I think complete definition or scientific definition I have not given here. I have given here the layman definition by which it will be helpful. See, if I will again go for only the pharmaceutical terms, if I'll again go for only the designing part or the subject part, then it will gradually become a boring chapter for all of us. That is why what I've done, I have simplified it. I have very much simplified it so that we can any layman also can understand what is, simply understand what is a drug. Okay, because in our as much as I know, in our Viva also we are asking the students, do you know about what is drug? Do you know what is dose? Do you know what is doses form? And they used to remain silent without any answer. Because yes, if you are not aware that as per our Indian pharmacopoeia, as per our British pharmacopoeia, or as per our United States pharmacopoeia, what is the definition of drug, then it's okay. But if you don't know what are the activities, what are the requirements, what are the property or characteristic of a drug, that also it is acceptable. But if you don't understand exactly what the term means, or what we can say, what is the English meaning of the term drug, then it is really difficult to represent ourselves that we are the pharmacy students, is not it? So in a very simplified manner, if we'll discuss, then we can say that drug is any chemical substance. I'm not telling entity. Entity means I will be specifying a particular molecule, specifying a particular drug. Overall, I'm telling that whatever in the in the simplified version, the drug is any chemical substance that possesses some physiological and some biological effect on a body. That body may be human body, that body may be animal body. So that means a living organism. So and these drugs we are also using for various purposes, like for diagnosis, for knowing the reason, diagnosis purpose, for curing, for prevention, for treatment, for reduction, inhibition of the disorders. But we also take food. For example, we are taking food, and after taking food, some changes in the physiochemical condition is occurring to the body. So does it really mean that food is same as that of a drug? Can food be told as a drug? No, food can never be told as a drug. So what is food can never be termed as a drug. Both the things are completely different. That means what is a food? This food can be a dietary nutrient, dietary supplement. So drug and dietary supplement, both these things are completely different from each other. So drug means it includes each and every chemical substance that possesses any physiological or biological effect on the living body, on the living being. But we should keep in our minds that it is also a difficult part to search for a new drug. Whenever we are searching for a new drug, then we are going for the, or we are thinking for the development of a new dosage form. Nowadays, when in our B Pharm, in our M Pharm, we are doing project, what we are doing, we are selecting a drug and we are blindly carrying out the each and every step, is not it? But this is actually not the fact. What usually happens means that each and every step I am going to discuss over here. Okay, so to start with, I think I'm late. As the title of the webinar, my PPT is also having the title Drug Design and Development, where I'll be specifying on what is drug. Next slide, please, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So as we have already discussed, drug is any chemical substance, is any chemical entity that possesses both physiological and biochemical effect on our body. Then what actually a drug design? Why we are going to design a drug? Sir, the previous page, sir. Sir, the previous page, sir. No, you are moving forward, sir. Sir, the second slide, please. Yes. Yes, sir. While designing a drug, we should first approach. The approach should be the right one, in the right direction, so that we can find drugs basing on their biological targets. Typically, when we are talking about a drug target, then this drug target will be nothing but a key molecule which is involved in a particular specific metabolic pathway, which is again shows its effect against a specific diseased condition, a specific pathological condition, or specific activity against a particular specific microbe. There are lots of approaches, like sometimes what we use some drugs to improve or enhance the normal pathway. Sometimes we also add the drug or the combinational therapies we are talking about. Then we do the combinational therapy to increase the activity of the main drug. So the approaches may vary from one to other, but whatever is the situation, whatever is the condition, if we are talking about drug designing, means there should be a right approach of finding the drug by its design, which is entirely based on the biological target, means to specifically which target your drug is going to attack, you're going to show the effect. So this drug design mainly aims at developing a drug with high degree of chemotherapeutic index and the specific action. Next slide, please. Next slide, sir. I think, sir, if I will display the PPT, then that would be better, sir. Okay, no issue. In a broader sense, whenever we will be talking about the designing of any drug, designing of any dosage form, then we have to talk about the lead compound. What we usually do when we are talking about a chemical substance, we will be doing some of the random evaluations of both crude drugs and the synthetic drugs, depending upon its biosystems. Okay, for both plant and animal kingdom, and from that the lead compound which is having the capacity to interact with a specific receptor site effectively and efficaciously, that particular chemical substance or that particular chemical molecule will be termed as the lead compound. But this usually till date also we are designing the drug, we are developing a dosage form basing on the optimization of the lead compound. But nowadays, in the era of computer, we are also relying on some of the computer modeling technique, but entirely relying on the computer modeling technique may not help. Now we are doing a 3D study, computer-aided drug designs, SAR, QSAR. All these things are there, are being developed to simplify the design of the drug or to simplify the type of dosage form to be developed. But whatever, we can never rely completely on the computer modeling techniques, because while developing a dosage form, we can never only signify, only specify about its activity. We have to also show its toxicity, the reverse reactions. And these toxicity and reverse reactions are completely different from whatever we obtain theoretically. The practical reverse reactions, the practical toxicity that can be obtained is very different than that of the computer technique what it gives us. Next slide, sir. So the knowledge of three-dimensional structure is okay. It is required. It is required to simplify, to enhance, to speed the designing of a drug. But this is also not the single method to apply to follow the designing of the drug. The drug discovery includes both starting from the concept, the mechanism, the assay, drug content assay, the screening, the identification of the heat, the lead demonstration, and also the lead optimization. And also this drug discovery includes our in vivo, in vitro, ex vivo, in silico demonstration, to carry out the exact therapeutic index of the drug, and so also to know the toxicity of the drug. But whatever is the drug designing and drug discovery, drug development means it has to initiate, it must begin with the decision to make a molecule to start the phase 1 clinical trial. That means up to our preclinical parameters, we can try for on trial and error basis, we can go for designing of various dosage forms. But once our development is established that yes, this type of dosage form we can prepare by using this particular drug which will give us a maximum therapeutic activity, then we must go for the clinical trial. Next slide, sir. Like now to move forward, we are having various technologies to go for, to prepare, to develop a dosage form. We are also going for different type of technologies. These technologies are starting from the genomics till for the manual development. Each and everything is going to be considered. So what is genomics? Just overall idea I will give you. Genomics is the study of genomes of organisms and also some incorporative elements from genetics that are considered before development of a dosage form. These genomics are the interdisciplinary field of biology that focuses on structure, function, evolution, mapping, and editing of genomes. That means the term genomics is entirely related with the genes. Next, coming to the proteomics. This is nothing but the large-scale study of proteins. And biopharmaceutics. Biopharmaceutics means which will see, which will consider, which will evaluate both the pharmacokinetics and the pharmacodynamics factor of the drug. That means what the drug does to the body and what the body will do with the drug. Both the dynamics and kinetics part when considered, that will be coming under your biopharmaceutics. Next, to come out, the next technology will be high throughput screening. What is this high throughput screening? Now only we discussed that along with the manual development, we need some computerized or some automated system, some automated process which will rapid fire our processes, because in this speed era, in this new era, no one is having time. All are running after the time, how one dosage form can be, how something can be heated, how something can be developed at a lesser time schedule. It's not it. So high throughput screening is an automated process which can rapidly identify the active compound present in the drug, the antibody or gene, and also it will which will provide us the basis of designing a drug, which will provide us the basis of drug designing, we can say. So what is this? If we are talking about the high throughput screening as a automated one, then what is this virtual screening? This is again a computational technique used in drug discovery to search the molecules present, to identify the drug target. Virtual screening means we will be applying a computational technique which will give us that this particular chemical entity possesses a number of components. These components may be major, may be minor. So which component is actually capable of binding the drug target? What are drug targets that we'll be studying after the technology? So if the factor, if the chemical entity or if the major component, whatever is capable of binding the drug target effectively and efficiently, then also we can draw with extrapolate the data that from where virtual screening we have optimized that this drug will be showing the best therapeutic index when we will be preparing this type of doses form. This we can obtain from virtual screening. Next, coming to the combinatorial chemistry. This is a chemical synthetic method that makes it possible to prepare large number of compounds in a single simple process. Nowadays, lots of combinational drugs has come up, like diclofenac potassium with ibuprofen, like your paracetamol with diclofenac sodium. So these are nothing but the coming under the combinatorial chemistry. This will give you directly that by following which method you can prepare the large number of compounds in a single simple process. Next, coming to the molecular modeling. What is exactly this molecular modeling? When we are talking about high throughput, when there is virtual screening, when there is combinatorial chemistry, what is the requirement of this molecular modeling? This is the collection of molecular based technique. Because if we are going for virtual screening, if you are going for combinatorial chemistry, if you are going for high throughput screening, all this will give you the common drug, common chemical entity. But when we'll be talking about the specific component, that means when we'll be talking about in the molecular level, then the collection of all the molecular based techniques for derivation, for representation, and for manipulation of the structure and the reaction of the molecules. Only knowing what type of molecular structure the drug possesses, by only knowing what type of reaction this will show, that is not sufficient. If we can modify the or manipulate the structure and reaction, then that will be more better. Because always development of a new drug is good, but development of a new drug is difficult. Rather than if you will take a existing drug, you will be doing some of the molecular changes or some of the chemical changes in the molecular level, and you are obtaining another drug which is having better efficacy, then that will always be a most suitable, most welcomed one. Now coming to the in vitro and in silico models. This in vitro, in vivo, ex vivo, all these are the studies that we have to do in a simulated condition, in the body cavity or outside of the body cavity. But when we will be performing on a computer or by using some computer simulation method, then the study will be known as in silico. ADME, the pharmacokinetic study, is always done by using this in vitro, in vivo, ex vivo. That means we are studying the drug release, extent of drug release, amount of drug release, and the duration of the drug release. But this in vitro, ex vivo, and in vivo, all these are related to the simulated body condition or the body condition. When we are talking about the performance on a computer, or by using some of the computational technique, computational simulation method, then that will be coming under your in silico method. Sir, next one, sir. Next slide, sir. Now, designing of drugs can be done by two methods mainly. One is the traditional approach, and another one will be the deterministic approach. What is a traditional approach? Traditional approach means earlier whatever we were doing. That means that is trial and error method. We will be preparing a dosage form. We will be carrying out all the physico-chemical characteristic study, and at the end, when we will be reaching the drug release, there we will be knowing, oh no, my drug is not showing that much of release, what much I was expecting. And at that particular time, your total effort of for a particular time period is totally gone, is totally wasted. So traditional approaches are usually time consuming, highly costly, and also laborious. Okay, but if we add that from computer or by some automated means, we have optimized that my drug will be showing this type of designing, or my drug will show this type of activity, then I am going to prepare the doses form. That will be better, because rather than approaching blindly, if we are doing something having a little bit of previous idea, then that will be much more beneficial for us. And that with some background knowledge, when we are approaching something, that will be known as your deterministic approach, where we are aware, we know that to which host, what, to which pathogen, to which site my drug is going to show the reactivity, show the activity. So that in that case, we can do, we can prepare a number of compounds that can show the activity to that particular specific target, rather than opting for large number of targets. In traditional approach, what happens? We usually don't know what is the target. We don't know what type of dosage form we are going to prepare. We don't know what is the exact mechanism by following which your drug going to show the activity. In traditional approach, we are not aware about anything. But when it is a deterministic approach, we are aware about the host, the pathogen, or we are knowing what is the target, or which one is the target. Next one, and according to, or depending upon the target, we are also going to prepare and